76ers in what he called the last decision of his Hall of Fame career. And for those questioning if this would be James' swan song, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought he was finished? He has agreed to a 2-year deal with the Philadelphia 76ers, which will see him through an unprecedented 25-year NBA career. Now, James, he took to social media earlier today, and he posted that he contemplated retirement, writing that, "I thought I was done when the season ended. I wasn't ready to announce it, and I knew I needed some time to really decide, but I was pretty sure I'd played my last game, and I was honest at that last press conference when I said that I needed to look at myself and decide if I still love this game." And he said, "I truly do still love this game, and I have more to give. The last few weeks, they've been really special. I've never," he wrote, "been able to have no clue what to do and take real time to just think. And I've had an incredible few months with all of the people I love trying to figure it all out. This," and this is noteworthy, he says, "is my last decision." He says, "I'm not going for money. I'm not going for family. What am I really playing for at this point? I still want to sacrifice. I still want to work. I still want to grind. I still want to compete, to win, and to have a chance at feeling of winning another championship." Now, "I believe," he wrote, "that I can help make Philadelphia a championship team, and I'm so excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time. Thank you, LA, Miami, I'll love you forever. Northeast Ohio will always be home." Our senior insider, Shams Charania, joins us now after breaking this story earlier today. And Shams, we just heard a little bit of James in his own words on what his motivation was to join the Philadelphia 76ers. But behind the scenes, peeling back the curtain a little bit, what was this process like and how did he land on Philly?
Malika, LeBron James literally put the money where his mouth is, right? Because early in the process, it was very apparent that he wanted to decide on a team where he found happiness, a chance to win a championship and compete at a high level, that this was not going to be a money-driven decision, which is what I told you back at Wimbledon about 25 days ago. And literally, he signs for the veteran minimum contract, the lowest amount that he can go for 2 years, $8 million with a player option for that potential 25th historic season. And this is weeks of a recruitment by the 76ers. Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, both recruited him. Jaylen Brown also communicated virtually with his agent, Rich Paul, as well in the last several weeks to try to see if they can get on the same page. We know Bob Myers 10 years ago got Kevin Durant's commitment. Now 10 years later gets LeBron James's commitment. Mike Gansey, their new president of basketball operations, he played with LeBron James, against LeBron James back in high school. So that relationship goes deep. He's also an executive with the Cavaliers. But the last hurdle, I'm told, Malika, this week for LeBron James was getting the family on board. His wife, Savannah, his daughter, Zuri, Bronny, and Bryce, his 2 young sons, now he's going to be playing on the East Coast. This is a complete family change for them. Over the last 8 years, he's been playing in LA. Now he's going to be on the East Coast. So getting them all in one vicinity was very important. This week, he was able to spend in Los Angeles with his family after getting, he's been doing the Cavaliers reunion trip. He was in New York for events. Yeah. He was in Puerto Rico hanging out with Draymond Green. And so he's able to get his family on board and decides to sign with the Sixers.
Yeah, it's not quite as poetic to be next to Richard Jefferson making that decision. It's much better to be able to be with your family and really be able to decide and discuss, and that is what LeBron James has done. Shams, thank you for that insight. We're going to be checking back in with you a little bit later here in the show. I want to welcome in Brian Windhurst and Kendrick Perkins as well here. And there's something poetic, gentlemen, maybe about waiting 24 days, 24 years to sign this. I'm not sure whether or not that was his intention, but Brian, we have been waiting for this for quite some time. When it finally came through, sir, your reaction was what?
Well, it was a surprising decision, but it was a simple decision, and he gave us all the information we really need in his statement. First off, he named his final 3. He didn't phrase it that way, but he made a comment to Cleveland, made a comment to Miami, and chose Philly, so I think we can say with confidence that those were his final 3. And he made it clear that winning a championship in 27 was his #1 priority. Now, I know that that's basic. I say it's surprising, but it's simple. That's a basic thing that a free agent would want, but nowhere was it defined what happiness meant. And he also said that home wasn't a priority. So if winning is a priority and home is not a priority, you can kind of see how he got to Philadelphia. And I think one of the important things here is this is obviously going to be a difficult transition, not only going coast to coast. He's joining a team that has a whole bunch of other guys who are going to think they're going to be centerpiece players. The same situation would have been true in Cleveland. The difference is in Philadelphia, he has a basis of a relationship with both Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. He's known Tyrese Maxey his whole career because of the Clutch Sports connection. So I think if you look at it from those two things, the decision sort of explains itself.
Yeah, and I think there's times, certainly, I have questions about 4 guys that could realistically be a #1 option, and the offense runs through how this is going to work on the court. And we're going to get to all that over the course of the hour of this show. But again, Kendrick Perkins, I'm here in Chicago for WNBA All-Star Weekend. I was standing in the room. Asia Wilson is over on my right. Caitlin Clark is on my left. When the notification from Shams Charania and the news came through. And my mouth, even though I was expecting it, I wasn't surprised, and I was shocked. And it was interesting to see the best players in the world react to the greatest player that this generation has ever seen, making making a decision for the final time. I know that this caught you off guard as well.
Well, think about it, Malika. You were watching Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark, and I'm in a basketball gym with 2,500 people, and everybody's sitting up here trying to ask me questions about the decision. So the whole world is on fire right now. And excuse my dress code, okay? I tried the best that I could. I know I usually come better than this, but listen, my first thought is that I wanted to say, you know what? I said this is not bad. Matter of fact, this puts Philly right there up with the New York Knicks, right? They're going to be looking eye to eye with them. My second thought was, how big of a loss for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we could dive into that later on. But then I looked and I said, oh, LeBron James have an effect on Joel Embiid? Joel Embiid, this is what he has been waiting on. He has been waiting on a guy like LeBron James to come in and not only play alongside of him, but be a mentor to him. I believe that we're going to see the best version of Joel Embiid because of LeBron James. LeBron James' IQ and what he brings to the table, what he brings off the floor, how to be a professional, how to take care of your body. We're going to see a different version of Joel Embiid, but also Malika, Wendy, you know, when I get to thinking, right? I thought about this. This is not a 2-year deal that LeBron James signed. This is a lifetime deal that LeBron James signed. See, everything LeBron James and Rich Paul do is strategically planned out for the future, right? And so I got to thinking about their relationship with Josh Harris. I got to thinking about all the teams that Josh Harris owned, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Washington Commanders, right? And then I got to thinking about, LeBron James, after basketball, wants to be an owner. LeBron James loved the business side of it. How do you get in the business? You start by developing a relationship right now. So yes, he does want to compete for a championship, but this is bigger than just this 2-year, $8 million deal.
But you're so right, Park, that when you're talking about the here and the now, Joel Embiid is certainly at the center of what Philadelphia and now LeBron James is trying to do. And remember, this isn't the first time that we have seen Joel Embiid attempt to recruit LeBron James to his team. Let's go back to 2014, right? Check this out. This is a recently drafted rookie Joel Embiid making his pitch to LeBron saying, hey, King James, hey, bro, I hope you're having a good day, which is what a polite thing to start with. You want to join us in Philly? Peace. It only took 12 years, but eventually, right, that happened. I want to bring in our senior reporter, Ramona Shelburne here. Ramona, you were plugged in on all things 76ers. And Joel Embiid, his health is squarely in the center of the goal that LeBron James is trying to achieve here now, winning a fourth different championship with a fourth different franchise. How does that relate to this decision?
Well, I think there's a lot of pressure now on Joel Embiid. There always has been pressure, but Tyrese Maxey became the face of this franchise last year. He took a jump forward that's been